CD2 Unit 5 Tape Script 5.1 Verb Patterns Tom.
I'm 16 and I'm fed up with school and exams. I'd like to leave now and get a job, any job. I want to earn some money, but my mum and dad say that I can't leave school. They think I'll regret it later, but I don't think I will.
Abby.
I'm a student in my last year at university. I've got debts of nearly £25,000. I'm going to study hard for my exams because I hope to get a well-paid job. I hate owing so much money. I'm going for an interview next Friday. Wish me luck.
Kelly.
I'm a paramedic. I love my job, but it's very stressful. I'm looking forward to having a good break. We're going to Spain this summer. I'm planning to do nothing but read on the beach for 2 whole weeks.
Martin.
I work in IT. There's nothing I don't know about computers, but I need a change. I'm thinking of applying for another job with a company in New York. I saw it advertised online, and it looks like the job for me. I'd love to work there for a couple of years.
Alison.
I've got 3 kids under 7 and my husband works abroad a lot of the time. I enjoy looking after the kids, but I'd love to travel too. Sometimes I get fed up with staying at home all day. I'm looking forward to going back to work in a year or 2.
Bill.
I'm a retired newsagent and I didn't have a day off for 40 years. Now I like sleeping late and planning holidays on the internet for me and my wife. I'm pretty good at using a computer. We're going on holiday to Tuscany next year, so I'm going to do an evening course in Italian.
Tape Script 5.2 1.
I want to work in Paris. I'd like to work in Paris.
2.
We like going to Italy for our holidays. We're thinking of going to Italy for our holidays.
3.
She can't leave work early tonight.
4.
I hope to see you again soon. I'd like to see you again soon.
5.
He's good at playing sports games on the Wii. He enjoys playing sports games on the Wii.
6.
Are you good at learning foreign languages?
7.
We're looking forward to having a few days off soon.
8.
I'm fed up with doing housework. I hate doing housework.
Tape Script 5.3 1.
I enjoy working in Paris.
2.
We're hoping to go to Italy for our holidays.
3.
She wants to leave work early tonight. She'd like to leave work early tonight.
4.
I'm looking forward to seeing you again soon.
5.
He wants to play sports games on the Wii.
6.
Do you want to learn foreign languages? Do you like learning foreign languages?
7.
We're going to have a few days off soon. We'd love to have a few days off soon.
8.
I don't want to do housework.
Tape Script 5.4 Making Questions 1.
I hope to go to university.
What do you want to study?
I'm going to study philosophy and politics. I'd like to be Prime Minister.
I think that's the worst job in the world.
2.
One of my favourite hobbies is cooking.
Oh, what do you like making?
Well, I love baking cakes. All kinds of cakes.
OK, can I have a huge chocolate cake for my birthday?
3.
I'm bored.
What would you like to do?
Nothing. I'm happy being bored.
Well, that's okay then.
4.
I'm looking forward to the party.
Who are you hoping to see there?
No one special. I just like parties.
Me too.
5.
We're planning our summer holidays.
Where are you thinking of going?
We want to go camping this year.
Oh, camping. I hate sleeping in tents.
Tape script 5.5. Writing for talking. My dreams for the future.
Hello everyone. My name's Susanna. Susie for short. I'm 20 years old. At the moment, I'm in my second year at art school and I often dream about my future. I have big plans and I'd like to tell you a bit about them. My most immediate plans are holiday plans. I'm going to visit my brother who's working in Australia. My mother and I are going to spend Christmas with him in the summer sun. I'm very excited about that. When I return, I need to make a final decision about which course to study next year. I'm still not sure. I'm thinking of doing either fashion design or landscape design. It's difficult because I'm interested in both clothes and gardens. If I choose landscape, I'd like to work with my friend Jasper. He's brilliant with gardens, and we've already worked on 2 together. It was great fun, and we get on very well. In 5 or 10 years' time, I would like to have my own business and work for myself like my father. He has his own building business. Perhaps I'll do a business course after I finish art school. Of course, one day I hope to marry and have children. Ideally before I'm 30, but I can't plan when I'll meet the right person, and I haven't got a boyfriend at the moment. In my dreams, I see myself at 40 running a successful gardening company with about 20 employees. I'll design beautiful gardens for beautiful people. I'll have a beautiful house, 2 beautiful children, and, of course, a husband who's as successful as I am. Who knows? It could even be Jasper.
Tape script 5.6. Have you got any plans? 1. Pete and Ben.
Hi, Pete. What are you doing this evening?
Hi, Ben. I'm meeting my brother for a drink. Would you like to come?
Sorry, I can't. I'm working late this evening. But, are you doing anything interesting this weekend?
Yes, I am. I'm going to stay with an old school friend. It's his birthday and he's having a party.
Are you going to have a party for your birthday?
Of course. I'm going to invite all my friends.
Great. I'll look forward to that. Hey, where are you going on holiday this year?
I'm going surfing for 2 weeks in Costa Rica. I'm really excited.
Wow, that sounds fantastic. I'm not going anywhere this year. I can't afford it.
Yeah, but that's 'cause you're saving to buy a flat.
I know. You can't have everything. Give my best to your brother. I'll see you later.
2. Debbie and Ella.
Hey, Debbie. It's the weekend. Are you doing anything interesting?
No, I'm not. I'll give you a ring and maybe we can do something together.
Sorry, I can't this weekend. I'm going on holiday on Saturday.
Oh, lucky you. Where to?
Greece, for a week. Where are you going this year?
I can't decide. Perhaps I'll go cycling in France again. Hey, are you back from holiday for my birthday on the 25th?
Yes, I am. Are you going to have a party?
I haven't thought about it. Maybe I'll just celebrate at home with a few friends.
Oh, nice idea. So, what about tonight? What are you doing this evening?
Nothing much. I think I'll just watch a DVD and order a pizza. Hey, why don't you come round and join me?
OK, I'll do that. But I won't stay late. My plane leaves at 8 in the morning.
Tape script 5.7. Discussing grammar. 1.
Have you decided which university to apply for?
Oh, yes. I'm going to apply for Oxford.
Good luck. That's difficult to get into.
2.
I haven't got your mobile number.
Really? I'll text it to you right now.
Thanks. Do you have mine?
Yes, I think so.
3.
We don't have any fruit in the house.
I'm going shopping this afternoon. I'll get some apples.
Great. I'll give you the money for them.
4.
My bag is really heavy.
Give it to me. I'll carry it for you.
Thanks.
Oh, my goodness. What have you got in here?
5.
Tony's back from holiday.
Is he? I'll give him a ring.
I'm seeing him this evening. Do you want to come?
6.
What are we having for supper?
I'm going to make spaghetti bolognese.
Not again. We had that twice last week.
Tape script 5.8. What can you say? 1.
Why are you looking forward to the weekend?
2.
I haven't got your brother's new address.
3.
Mary says she hasn't seen you for months.
4.
Why are you dressed in old clothes?
5.
Congratulations! I hear you've got a new job.
6.
Are you doing anything interesting after class?
Tape script 5.9. What can you say? 1.
Why are you looking forward to the weekend?
Because I'm going to the theatre with friends.
2.
I haven't got your brother's new address.
Haven't you? I'll give it to you now.
3.
Mary says she hasn't seen you for months.
I know. I'll call her this evening.
4.
Why are you dressed in old clothes?
Because I'm going to help my dad in the garden.
5.
Congratulations! I hear you've got a new job.
Yes, I'm going to work in New York.
6.
Are you doing anything interesting after class?
No, I'm not. I'm just going home.
Tape script 5.10. Will you, won't you? 1.
I think you'll pass your driving test. You won't fail again. It's your 4th time.
2.
I think my team will win. They won't lose this time. They've got a new manager.
3.
I think it'll be warm today. You won't need your jumper. Just take a t-shirt.
4.
I think I'll join a gym. I won't go on a diet. I like my food too much.
5.
I think they'll get divorced. They won't stay together. They argue all the time.
6.
I think I'll go by train. I won't fly. I hate flying.
Tape script 5.11. The 20-somethings. Leo, aged 28.
I had a real shock the other day. My little nephew, he's 6, said to me, "Uncle Leo, when you were a little boy, did they have telephones?" I couldn't believe it. I said, "Of course we had telephones. How old do you think I am?" Then he said, "But did you have mobile phones?" And I thought, did we? I can't remember life without mobile phones, but in fact, I think I was about 8 when my dad got one. "Yeah," I said, "when I was 8. "Aha," said my nephew. "I knew it. You are old." I didn't like hearing that. I'm 28, and I don't feel grown up at all. I have a great life, a good job, lots of friends. I go out with them most nights. I go to the gym every morning. I'm going to buy a flat by the river next year. Maybe when I'm in my 30s, I'll get married and start a family.
Elsa, aged 26.
I finished university and I started training to be a lawyer. I was earning good money and in many ways I had a good life, but the more I studied law, the more I hated it. I was bored and miserable. So I decided to give it all up and go travelling. I was away for a year. I went to Australia, New Zealand, North and South America. It was fantastic, but then I arrived back home. I was now 24 and with no money, no job and nowhere to live. I moved back with Mum and Dad. They're wonderful. They don't make me pay rent, but oh dear, it's like being a little girl again. At the moment, I'm working as a waitress just to make a bit of money. And my dad keeps asking, when are you going to find a real job? And Mum says, when I was your age, I was married with 2 children. Married with kids? I don't feel old enough for that. I've got a boyfriend, but we're not thinking of getting married. Maybe I'll train to be a teacher. Now that's a real job.
Dan, aged 24.
When I left home at 18, I thought that was it. Goodbye, Mum and Dad. Now, 6 years later, I'm back. My college days were great. I worked hard and played hard, but I left with huge debts, over £15,000. I thought, no problem, I'll just get a job and pay it back. I moved into a flat with some friends and I was lucky. I got a job pretty quickly. But I want to be a journalist, and the only way is to begin at the bottom. I'm a very junior reporter for a small local newspaper. I love working there, but I only earn £16,000 a year. I couldn't afford the rent for the flat, so here I am, back with Mum and Dad. They call us the boomerang kids. You know, kids who grow up, leave home, and then move back again. Lots of my friends are doing the same. My girlfriend is back with her mum too. One day we're hoping to marry and get a place of our own, but that probably won't be for a few years. You can't grow up when you're still at home with your parents. I'm fed up.
Tape script 5.12. An interview with Polina Janachkina.
Today I'm talking to Polina Janachkina. Polina, it's nice to meet you. Can I ask you some questions?
Of course.
I hear that you call yourself the girl with 2 families. Why is that?
Well, I have my family back home in the Ukraine and my family here in Ireland.
Where exactly do you come from?
I come from the village of Polesi, not far from Chernobyl. I was born in 1988, just 2 years after the nuclear accident there. It was a terrible time for us.
I can understand that. What happened to your family?
My parents are farmers, and after the accident, they couldn't sell any of their produce. No one wanted to buy our meats or vegetables. We were very poor and ill, like many people in the village.
How awful. How miserable for you all.
But I was lucky. I had the chance to go to Ireland for a holiday, and that was when I met my second family. I loved staying with them. They were so kind to me. They looked after me so well.
Your English is excellent now. Did you speak English then?
Not a word. But I soon learned, especially from the children. I got on really well with them.
So you picked up English bit by bit?
I had some lessons too, and I came back to Ireland many times.
What are you doing now?
I'm studying here in Ireland. My wonderful Irish family are paying for my studies. I'm hoping to become a doctor one day and return to my village to help the people there. That's my big hope for the future.
Well, I'm sure you'll do that one day. Thank you, Paulina. I've enjoyed talking to you.
Tape script 5.13. Talking about you. 1.
Where did you grow up? Do you still live in the same house?
2.
How do you get on with your parents?
3.
Do you ever fall out with your friends and stop speaking to them?
4.
Would you like to be a doctor or nurse and look after people?
5.
Are you good at picking up foreign languages?
6.
Do you look up lots of words in your dictionary?
Tape script 5.14. Expressing doubt and certainty. 1.
Do you think Tom will pass his exams?
I doubt it. He's fed up with school.
I know. He has no chance at all. He wants to leave and get a job.
2.
Does Martin earn a lot of money?
Yes, absolutely. He earns a fortune.
I'm not sure. He wants to change his job.
3.
Are England going to win the World Cup?
They might do. Anything's possible, but I think it's very unlikely.
Absolutely. I don't think they have a chance.
Tape script 5.15. 1.
Kelly's job is really stressful, isn't it?
Absolutely. She's a paramedic.
Is she having a holiday soon?
I think so. She says she might go to Spain.
2.
Isn't it Rob's birthday next week?
Yes, definitely. It's on the 21st.
So he's a Capricorn?
No, I don't think so. I think he's an Aquarius.
3.
Do you think Anita and Paul are in love?
Definitely. They're going to get married next June in Hawaii.
Hawaii? Are you going to the wedding?
No chance. I can't afford it.
Tape script 5.16. What's your opinion? 1.
Did Leo Tolstoy write War and Peace?
Definitely. He wrote it in 1869.
2.
Is Nicole Kidman American?
I don't think so. I think she's Australian.
3.
Was Sherlock Holmes a real person?
Definitely not. He's from a book by a writer called Conan Doyle.
4.
Is the population of China more than 2 billion?
It might be. I don't know. It's definitely more than 1 billion.
5.
Do some vegetarians eat fish?
I think so. I have a friend who's vegetarian and she eats fish.
6.
Is the weather going to be nice next weekend?
I doubt it. It's cold and wet today.
7.
Are you going to be rich and famous one day?
No chance. I'd like to be a bit richer than now, but I wouldn't like to be famous.
8.
Is your school the best in town?
Absolutely. It's definitely the best.
Unit 6. Tape script 6.1. Questions about Mia. 1.
Do you like Mia?
Yes, I do. I like her a lot.
2.
How's Mia? She's fine, thanks. Very well.
3.
What's Mia like?
She's really nice, very friendly.
4.
What does Mia look like?
She's tall and she's got brown eyes and black hair.
Tape script 6.2. 1,
What's your teacher like?
She's great. She helps us a lot.
2,
What sports do you like?
Cycling and skiing.
3,
What does your brother look like?
He's got blonde hair and blue eyes.
4,
Do you like pizza?
I love it.
5,
What's the weather like today?
Lovely. Warm and sunny.
6,
How are your parents?
They're okay. Busy as usual.
Tape script 6.3. What's it like?
What's Shanghai like?
It's very big and noisy, but it's very exciting.
What's the food like?
It's the best in the world. I just love Chinese food.
What are the people like?
They're very friendly, and they really want to do business.
What was the weather like?
When I was there, it was hot and humid.
What are the buildings like?
There are new buildings everywhere, but if you look hard, you can still find some older ones too.
Tape script 6.4. Singapore, Shanghai and Dubai.
What did you think of Singapore? What's it like?
Well, Singapore is very old. It's older than Shanghai, but it's a lot smaller. Shanghai has a population of 20 million, and it's enormous. Shanghai is much bigger than Singapore, and it's much noisier too.
Oh, okay. What about business? What's it like to do business in these places?
Well, they're both top financial centres, but Singapore is more important. It's better for investment.
Ah, right. And the buildings? Are they all new?
Yeah, there are a lot of new buildings in Shanghai, so it's more modern than Singapore, but it isn't as cosmopolitan. Half the population of Singapore are foreigners.
Wow, really? What about Dubai? What's that like?
Dubai is the newest and youngest city, and it's the most modern. I like it because it has a can-do feel to it.
What about the climate in these places? What was the weather like?
It's interesting. Singapore is very near the equator, so it's a lot hotter than Shanghai. But it isn't as hot as Dubai. Dubai is the hottest place. When I was there, the temperature was over 40 degrees.
Wow, that's incredible.
Singapore is very humid, so it's wetter than Shanghai. But Dubai is the driest. It only rains for a few days a year.
Where did you like most of all? Where was best for you?
For me, Shanghai is the best because it's the busiest and the most exciting. There are so many things to do. The best restaurants, theatres, shops. It's got everything.
Tape script 6.5. Pronunciation.
I'm older than Jane. But I'm not as old as John. He's the oldest.
Tape script 6.6. Ben and me.
Who's cleverer, you or Ben?
Me, of course. I'm much cleverer than Ben. He isn't nearly as clever as me.
Tape script 6.7.
Who's kinder, you or Ben?
Me, of course. I'm much kinder than Ben. He isn't nearly as kind as me.
Who's funnier, you or Ben?
Me, of course. I'm much funnier than Ben. He isn't nearly as funny as me.
Who's better looking, you or Ben?
Me, of course. I'm a lot better looking than Ben. He isn't nearly as good looking as me.
Who's more ambitious, you or Ben?
Me, of course. I'm much more ambitious than Ben. He isn't nearly as ambitious as me.
Tape script 6.8. Me and my family. Sally.
Well, I'm very like my mum. We're interested in the same kind of things, and we can talk forever. We like the same films and the same books. I look like my mum too. We have the same hair, the same eyes. And she's the same size as me, so I can wear her clothes. My sister's a bit older than me. Her name's Lena. We're quite different. She's very tidy and I'm messy. She's much tidier than me. And she's very ambitious. She wants to be a doctor. I'm a lot lazier. I don't know what I want to do.
Jamie.
I'm not really like my mum or my dad, but I'm a twin. I've got a twin brother called Rob, and we look a lot like each other. He's just a bit darker than me. I've got blonder hair. His is more kind of fair. But people are always mixing us up. People come up to me and say hello and start a conversation, and I have no idea who they are. It's quite funny. I just say, yeah, or really? We're very similar in character. We both love art and theatre and books, but he's a bit moody and quiet. I'm a lot noisier. I guess he's quite shy. Oh, and I'm definitely cleverer than him.
Rachel.
People say I'm like my father. Not sure about that. We do look the same. We're both quite tall, and I suppose our faces are similar. But my father's a very selfish man, and I hope I'm different from him. I hope I'm a bit kinder. He doesn't talk much. He isn't very cheerful. I'm a lot happier than him. He doesn't sound very nice, does he? He's okay. But there are things about him that I really don't like. I have a sister, Jenny, and we do everything together. I love her to bits. But she's prettier than me and thinner than me, so I hate her.
Tape script 6.9. Synonyms. 1.
Jane comes from a very rich family.
Really? I knew her uncle was very wealthy. They have a house in the south of France, don't they?
2.
Was Sophie angry when you were late?
Yeah. She was pretty annoyed, it's true. She shouted for a bit, then she calmed down.
3.
Jack's such an intelligent boy.
He's very clever for a 10-year-old. He has some interesting things to say as well.
4.
I've had enough of winter now.
I know. I'm fed up with all these dark nights. I need some sunshine. 5.
Dave and Sarah's flat is small, isn't it?
It's tiny. I don't know how they live there. It's only big enough for one person.
6.
Are you happy with your new car?
Yes, I'm very pleased with it. It goes really well, and it's much more reliable than my old one.
Tape script 6.10. Antonyms. 1.
That man was so rude to me.
Yes, he wasn't very polite, was he?
2.
Some people are so stupid.
Well, not everyone's as clever as you.
3.
Dave's flat is always so dirty.
It isn't very clean, is it?
4.
His wife always looks so miserable.
Yeah, she never looks very happy, does she?
5.
Their children are so naughty.
Yes, they aren't very well behaved, are they?
6.
This lesson is boring.
True, it isn't very interesting. I can't wait for it to end.
Tape script 6.11. What's on? 1.
What shall we do today?
I'm not sure. How about going to the cinema?
I don't really feel like seeing a film.
2.
OK. Would you like to go to an exhibition?
That sounds interesting. What's on?
Well, there's a Van Gogh exhibition.
Is it any good?
I think it looks really good.
3.
Where is it on?
It's on at the Royal Academy.
Ah. What's the nearest underground?
Piccadilly Circus.
How much is it?
It's £12 and £8 for students.
Oh. What time is it open?
From 10 till 6.
Right. Good idea. Let's go.
Unit 7. Tape script 7.1. John.
Hi, I'm John. I live in London. I have a flat in Dean Street, Soho. I've lived here for 3 years. I'm a press photographer. I've worked for the London Gazette since 2010. My wife's name is Faye. We've been married for 2 years. We met at university. Faye's a receptionist at the Ritz Hotel. I get around town on a motorbike. I've had it since I was 25. Faye goes by bus. We don't have any children yet.
Tape script 7.2. Questions and answers. 1.
How long has he lived in the flat?
John has lived in the flat for 3 years.
2.
How long did he live in the flat?
Karl Marx lived in the flat for 5 years.
3.
Where does he work?
John works for the London Gazette.
4.
How long has he worked there?
John has worked there since 2010.
5.
What was his job in London?
Karl Marx was a foreign correspondent for an American newspaper.
6.
Which newspaper did he write for?
Karl Marx wrote for the New York Daily Tribune.
7.
How long has he been married?
John has been married for 2 years.
8.
How long was he married?
Karl Marx was married for 38 years.
Tape script 7.3. For or since. 1.
I've known John for 3 years. We met at university.
2.
I last went to the cinema 2 weeks ago. The film was really boring.
3.
I've had this watch since I was a child. My grandpa gave it to me.
4.
I lived in New York from 2005 to 2007. I had a great time there.
5.
I've lived in this house since 2008. It's got a beautiful garden.
6.
We last had a holiday 2 years ago. We went to Spain.
7.
I haven't seen you for ages. What have you been up to?
8.
We haven't had a break for over an hour. I really need a coffee.
Tape script 7.4. Asking questions.
Where do you live, Susan?
In a flat near the town centre.
How long have you lived there?
For 3 years.
Why did you move there?
Because we wanted to be in a nicer area.
Tape script 7.5. 1.
What do you do?
I work for an international company.
How long have you worked there?
For 2 years.
What did you do before that?
I worked for a charity.
2. Do you know Dave Brown?
Yes, I do.
How long have you known him?
For 5 or 6 years.
Where did you meet him?
We were at university together.
Tape script 7.6.
Frieda Hoffman, archaeologist and writer.
Frieda Hoffman was born in Germany, but she has lived most of her life abroad. She has a passion for history and ancient civilizations. Her greatest love is Africa, and she has written several books about ancient Egypt. Frieda, you've travelled a lot in your lifetime. Which countries have you been to?
Well, I've been to a lot of countries in Africa and Asia, but I've never been to South America.
When did you first go abroad?
When I was 6, my family moved to England.
Why did you move there?
Because my father got a job as Professor of History at Cambridge University.
Have you always been interested in archaeology?
Yes, I have. When I was 10, there was an exhibition of Tutankhamun, the Egyptian king, in London. My father took me to see it and I was fascinated. After that, I knew that I wanted to go to Egypt and be an archaeologist.
How many times have you been to Egypt?
20 times at least. I go as often as I can.
Have you ever discovered anything?
Yes, I've made some very important discoveries. I was the leader of a team that discovered some ancient tombs near Cairo.
You've written books about Egypt, haven't you? How many books have you written?
I've written 3 about the pharaohs, and I've written a book about a journey I made from Cairo to Cape Town.
How did you travel? By train? By car?
In a Land Rover, of course.
In all your travels, have you ever been in any dangerous situations?
Oh, goodness, yes. I've often been in danger. But in situations like that, you learn so much about yourself.
Tape script 7.7. 1.
You moved to England when you were 6. Do you go back to Germany much?
No, I don't. I've been back a few times to visit relatives, but I've never lived there again. I feel more English than German now.
2.
What did you study at university?
I studied ancient history at Cambridge.
Did you enjoy it?
Yes, I did. The course was amazing, and Cambridge was a great place to live.
3.
Have you ever had an ordinary job?
Of course I have. I've done all sorts of things. After university, I didn't have any money.
So what did you do?
I worked in a restaurant. I hated it.
Why didn't you like it?
Because the hours were so long, and the people I was working with were horrible.
4.
You said you've often been in danger. What's the most dangerous situation you've ever been in?
Well, I had a very bad car crash in Cairo. I was seriously injured and broke several bones. I spent 3 months in hospital. I was very lucky. I nearly died.
Tape script 7.8. Word endings.
Photographer. Receptionist. Scientist. Farmer. Artist. Politician. Musician. Accountant. Decorator. Actor. Interpreter. Librarian. Electrician. Lawyer.
Tape script 7.9. Word stress. 2-syllabled nouns and adjectives. Nouns.
Danger. Kindness. Critic. Artist. Difference.
Adjectives.
dangerous, healthy, friendly, famous, different.
Two-syllabled verbs.
Invite, explain, discuss, employ, decide, compete.
Nouns ending in shun.
Invitation, explanation, competition, ambition, decision.
Tape script 7.10. David Taylor Buse.
I come from Newcastle in England, but now I live in Perth, Australia. I've been here nearly 10 years. My wife, Jodie, is Australian, and our children, Russell and Alice, were born here. Alice is named after my grandmother, her great-grandmother, Alice Buse. She's 89 now and still lives in Newcastle. Lately, I've become really interested in my family history back in the UK. I've started speaking to my grandmother about it. I've found out that she was the youngest of 9 children and the only one to have been born in England. Her 8 brothers and sisters were all born in Scotland. They came from the very north of Scotland, from some islands called the Orkneys. They worked there as farmers over 100 years ago. My grandmother told me that hundreds of years before that, our family's ancestors were actually Norwegian. They came over to Scotland in the 9th century. She says that's why we all have blonde hair in our family. Anyway, it became more and more difficult for my great-grandparents to make a living farming, so they travelled south. They finally arrived in the north of England, in Newcastle, with their 8 children. Alice was born soon after they arrived.
Tape script 7.11. Talking to Grandma.
So, Grandma, your parents were both born in the Orkney Islands, is that right?
Yes. My mother was called Jane. She grew up there, and she married when she was just 17.
And you were her 9th child?
Yes. I was the only one born in England. Times were really hard for my mother. You see, my father died when I was 3. I can't remember him at all.
So what did your mother do?
She worked as a cleaner and a dressmaker.
She had 2 jobs and a big family.
Oh, yes. She was an amazing lady. But my 2 eldest brothers, they got work in the shipyard, so that helped too. All my brothers and sisters have died now. I'm the only one left.
I know. Did you marry young, Grandma?
Oh, no. I didn't marry until I was 22.
That's still young.
It wasn't unusual in those days. And I had only 3 children.
But now you have lots of grandchildren and great-grandchildren.
I do. They live all over the world, not just in Australia.
I know. I have cousins in New Zealand and America. But Cousin Peter still lives near you, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He helps me keep in touch with you all with this Skype thing.
Yeah, this Skype is amazing, isn't it?
Oh, yes. I love it. I talk to all my grandchildren, and I've seen all my great-grandchildren. I email sometimes too. Email, Skype and texting. It's all really wonderful, isn't it?
It is, Grandma. It's just great talking to you. I've got lots more questions for next time.
Tape script 7.12. Question tags.
It's really wonderful, isn't it? You come from Scotland, don't you? Life wasn't easy then, was it? You've lived in England for years, haven't you?
Tape script 7.13. It's a lovely day, isn't it? 1.
It's a lovely day, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Beautiful.
We all love days like this, don't we?
We certainly do.
2.
Mummy, our cat isn't very big, is she?
No, she isn't. She's just a kitten.
And she loves fish, doesn't she?
She does. It's her favourite food.
3.
We had such a good holiday, didn't we?
We did. We had a great time.
And it wasn't too expensive, was it?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't expensive at all.
4.
The baby looks just like her mother, doesn't she?
Uh-huh. Same blue eyes, same nose.
But she's got her father's blonde hair, hasn't she?
Yes, she's very fair.
Tape script 7.14. 1.
It was a great party last night, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. I really enjoyed it.
2.
Dave knows everything about computers, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He can fix them and program them.
3.
You went to school with my brother, didn't you?
Yes, I did. We were really good friends.
4.
Learning a language isn't easy, is it?
No, it isn't. It needs a lot of practice and patience.
5.
Our English has improved a lot, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. We're all much better now.
6.
We haven't had a break for ages, have we?
No, we haven't. It's time for one right now.
Tape script 7.15. 1.
It's horrible weather today, isn't it?
Awful.
The rain makes you miserable, doesn't it?
Yup. And wet.
Never mind. We need the rain, don't we?
I suppose so.
2.
It's so romantic here, isn't it?
Yes, it's beautiful.
And the sea looks so inviting, doesn't it?
I think I'll go for a swim before breakfast. I've got time, haven't I?
Of course you've got time. We're on holiday, aren't we?
3.
You don't like Anne, do you?
She's all right.
But you didn't talk to her all night, did you?
Well, she was talking to Jim, wasn't she?
She's very interesting, actually.
But she never listens, does she? She just talks and talks and talks.
4.
I'd love to buy that car.
But we haven't got any money, have we?
I thought we had lots.
But we spent it all on a new kitchen, didn't we?
Oh, yes, so we did. Never mind.
We can save up, can't we?
OK.
5.
We had a lovely holiday, didn't we, Dave?
We did. It was very relaxing.
And the weather was marvellous, wasn't it, Dave?
Yep, we were very lucky.
And we met some nice people, didn't we, Dave?
We did. Charming people.
6.
Kate Burton's a fabulous actor, isn't she?
Very good.
And she's got such a good voice, hasn't she?
Yes, it's amazing.
She can hit the highest notes, can't she?
Yep. I don't know how she does it.
7.
We love each other very much, don't we?
We do.
And we want to get married one day, don't we?
One day, yeah.
And we'll have 6 children, won't we?
Yeah. 6. That's right.
8.
That was a terrible match, wasn't it?
Awful. Waste of money.
Albertino played really badly, didn't he?
He was rubbish. He didn't do a thing right all night, did he?
We deserved to lose, didn't we?
I'm afraid so. I don't know why I support them.
Unit 8, Tape Script 8.1. Interview with Tilly Parkins.
Tilly, I'm sure you have to be very fit and strong to go climbing. How often do you have to train?
I don't have to train every day. Just 2 or 3 times a week. That's enough. I go to the gym. At the weekend, I try to get out of the city onto rock, but sometimes I have to work at the hospital.
What do you do at the hospital?
I'm a cardiac technologist. I help doctors treat people with heart diseases.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. The photograph of Moon Hill Crag is amazing. Was it a difficult climb?
Difficult and very beautiful.
I can see that. It's like a painting. What time of day was it?
It was just after dawn. I had to climb very early in the morning. You can't climb later in the day. It's too hot. Over 35 degrees Celsius.
Who took the photograph?
A brilliant sports photographer called Adam Pretty.
He's a brave man.
Oh, he didn't have to climb with me. He took the photo from a nearby tourist spot.
Wise man. Rock climbing is such a dangerous sport, and you've climbed in some of the most difficult places in the world. Why do you do it?
It's what I love doing. It's my life. It's who I am.
Tape Script 8.2. 1.
How often does she have to train?
2 or 3 times a week.
2.
Does she have to work at weekends?
Yes, she does sometimes.
3.
Why did she have to climb Moon Hill Crag just after dawn?
Because later it gets too hot and you can't climb in the heat.
4.
Did Adam have to climb the rock?
No, he didn't. He took the photo from a tourist spot.
Tape Script 8.3. Pronunciation. 1.
I have a good job. I have to work hard.
2.
He has a nice camera. She has to train a lot.
3.
We had a good time. We had to get up early.
Tape Script 8.4. Advice from Annie.
Dear Mark, good preparation is the answer. You must prepare well and practice a lot. The first 30 seconds are the most important. You should begin with a personal story. It will relax you and the audience. You should write your speech down, but I don't think you should read it aloud to the group. Just make notes to help you remember it. For more help, you should visit speechtips.com. Dear Paula, more and more people worldwide have become addicted to this. He must get professional help, but this is difficult because he won't accept that he has a problem. I think you should show him this letter and visit the website olganon.org. Tell him firmly that he must change his ways or he'll lose his wife and family. Talk to all your friends and family about the problem. You shouldn't suffer alone. Dear Billy, these feelings are very common between brothers and sisters. I'm sure your parents love you and your brother just the same, so you shouldn't worry about this. When you're older, you'll get your own phone and your own clothes. You must talk to your parents about how you feel. And you shouldn't feel jealous of your brother. He's older than you, that's all. Dear Tracy, the fact is that to get to the top in sport, you have to train very hard indeed. You should talk to someone else about your doubts. I don't think you should listen to just your friends.
you should explain how you feel to your coach and your mother. However, in the end, the decision is yours and yours alone. You must decide your own future.
Tape script 8.5. Giving advice. 1.
I can't sleep at night.
You must do more exercise during the day. Why don't you walk to work? And you shouldn't drink so much coffee just before bedtime.
2.
I don't like my brother's new girlfriend.
I don't think you should tell your brother. I think you should try to find some good things about her.
3.
I've got an important exam tomorrow and I'm really nervous.
I don't think you should study any more today. You must get a good night's sleep tonight. Don't worry. I'm sure you'll pass, and if you don't, it's not the end of the world.
4.
A boy in my class is bullying me.
You must tell your teacher or ask your mum to talk to the teacher.
5.
I'm hopeless at all sports.
You shouldn't worry about that. Lots of people aren't very sporty. Think about all the things you are good at.
6.
I fell over and I think I've twisted my ankle.
Ooh, it looks bad. You must go to the doctor, or better still, A&E, and ask for an X-ray. I'll drive you. I don't think you should walk on it.
7.
My computer's behaving very strangely.
Mine does that all the time. You should do what I do. Turn it off, wait a while, then turn it on again. It's the only thing that ever works for me.
8.
My car's making a funny noise.
It sounds bad. You shouldn't drive it. You must ring the garage.
Tape script 8.6. Jessica Ennis, Britain's first world heptathlon champion.
Nice to meet you, Jessica. Congratulations on your gold medal at the World Athletic Championships in Berlin.
Thank you very much.
You won in Berlin, but I know that just a couple of years ago you injured your ankle very badly. Were you worried that your sporting career was over?
Yes, I was very worried. I missed the Olympics in China and I had to work hard with physios and doctors for 9 months, but now I'm fine.
You're obviously a very determined girl.
Yeah, my mum always said that from a young age I was very determined. I knew what I wanted.
Is your mum a big influence in your life?
Yes, she is. She works for a charity. She helps people with drug problems. You have to have a lot of patience for that. My mum's got that. My dad's a painter and decorator. He was born in Jamaica. He moved here when he was 13.
I can see your parents are important to you. I'm sure you have a good coach too.
Yes, Tony Minichiello. He's a really good coach, but we often fight.
You fight?
Well, we do spend a lot of time together. He's always saying, come on, you must be more aggressive. And I'm not really like that. He says that I must only think about athletics. He didn't even want me to get a dog.
Did you get a dog?
Oh, yeah. I have a beautiful chocolate Labrador called Myla.
So, do you think that you should have other interests, not just athletics?
Yeah, but when I'm competing, I go into my own little world. I don't see my boyfriend.
You have a boyfriend?
Yeah, Andy. I only spoke to him once on the phone when I was in Berlin. I had to concentrate on competing. I know I won in Berlin, but I can still improve. I have to work on my long jump and javelin, and I know I can run more quickly. It's the small things that make a difference in the end.
I hope you have time to feel proud of being world champion.
Oh, yes. I keep my medal by my bed, and when I look at it, I think, oh my goodness, I won. I'm world champion. Sometimes I can't believe it.
It's a fantastic achievement. Well done, and good luck in the next Olympics.
Thank you.
Tape script 8.7. Brothers and Sisters. 1. David.
I'm one of 3 brothers. I'm the middle one. There was just Mark, my elder brother, and me for years. I liked that. I liked being the baby. But then Rob was born when I was 7, and I was so jealous. I thought he was our mum's favourite. We had lots of fights as kids, but now it's great. I'd like to have at least 3 kids. 3 boys like us would be great.
2. A girl called Peter.
My mum and dad called me Peter when I was born because they wanted a boy. Then they had 4 boys after me. I don't like being the eldest of so many boys, and I don't like my name. I'm going to change it to Petra when I'm 18. I quite like the baby, Henry. He's everybody's favourite. But I hate the others. They're annoying and very boring. All they do is play noisy computer games and talk about football. I don't want any children when I grow up. Well, maybe one daughter.
3. Stuart.
I'm an only child. My mum and dad divorced when I was just 3 years old, so I grew up with just my mum. I love my mum, but I didn't like the situation. I was her whole world. This was difficult for me. Then, when I was 13, she married again, and that was difficult too. It took me a long time to get on with my stepdad. He's really nice, but I was jealous of him for years. I've just got married. My wife's an only child too, and we both definitely want to have lots of children.
Tape script 8.8. Symptoms and diagnoses.
I can't stop coughing and blowing my nose.
You've got a cold.
I've got a fever and my whole body aches.
You've got flu.
It hurts when I walk on it.
You've got a twisted ankle.
I keep going to the toilet.
You've got diarrhea.
My glands are swollen and it hurts when I swallow.
You've got a sore throat.
I keep being sick, and I've got terrible diarrhea.
You've got food poisoning.
I start sneezing and itching when I'm near a cat.
You've got an allergy.
Tape script 8.9. At the doctor's.
What seems to be the problem?
Well, I haven't felt well for a few days. I've had a bad headache, and now I've got a sore throat.
Any sickness or diarrhea?
Well, I haven't been sick.
Do you feel hot?
Yes, especially at night. I feel hot and I start coughing when I lie down.
Okay, I'll just take your temperature. Yes, you do have a bit of a fever. Now, let me see your throat. Open your mouth wide, please.
Can you see anything?
Yes, your throat looks very red. Does this hurt? And your glands are swollen. You just have a bit of an infection. You need antibiotics. Are you allergic to penicillin?
No, I'm not.
Good. Now, you should take things easy for a couple of days, and you must drink plenty of liquids. I'll write you a prescription.
Thank you. Do I have to pay you?
No. But you'll have to pay for the prescription. It's £7.20.
Right. Thanks very much. Goodbye.